Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. Today is such an exciting video because I'm about to share what I got in my esthetician student kits, and this goes for the skincare kit and also the makeup kit as well. I'm going to go into the skincare kits first, since that is the overall primary role of an esthetician, is to take care of the skin. This is our student kits. They come in this bag, and as you might be able to see by the name on there, our school is a dermatological school. I have used this kit, so it's not going to be fresh in the boxes. There is mesh compartments to keep some of the products, and then we have the back section that has a zip around portion that's more of a plasticky sort of feel, and then it divides into another section. Again, all of these things did come in boxes, but I have used them and unboxed them since then, so that's why they're all loose in there. Now, the things that we got that are not the super exciting products, but they're all the tools they provided us. This fan brush, which we use to put on masks. We also use this for the exfoliants as well, because all the exfoliators are in powder form and you mix them with water. They also have sponges as well. I don't know if I'll ever use these on anybody, just because sponges can only be used once because they're porous. The other thing that we ended up getting was our little tools. These are all the extractor tools, so they look like this to get out like blackheads. Then we also have the tweezer set slash scissors. Now, our instructor told me that the tweezers were very bad that the school provides. She told us to go out and buy Tweezerman tweezers, which are kind of expensive. I think I got mine for $18, I want to say. They're not cheap at all, but they are the best quality, I found out, so I bought myself the Tweezerman tweezers. These did not come, again, with our student kits. I had to buy them myself, but since I am doing this for business in general, I wrote it off as a business expense. Really quickly, as a side note, if you guys are thinking about starting a business, if you guys haven't already, like say you're fresh out of high school or maybe looking to go into aesthetics afterwards and you're going to aesthetic school, you can write off your whole entire esthetician school for business taxes, but that's only if you're filing as a business. It's not for like individuals. I'll go into the little cleanser section first because they kind of grouped it out by different types of products and their usages. So I'm gonna go into this first pouch. This, first of all, is a purchase that I did myself. It's not something that the school provided us. Any kind of massages usually are done with jojoba oil because it's very lightweight, it's non-comedogenic, doesn't clog pores, and it's just overall like a very nice lightweight oil to work with, and it spreads really easily. But our school ran out of it at one point in time, so I ended up buying this one on Amazon. It just looks like this. It's just organic jojoba oil. Every other thing I'm going to show you is something that came with our student kits and I didn't purchase myself. This is the pre-cleanse that we usually use. This is an oil cleanser. You mix it with water in your hand, like a very slight amount. It creates a milky kind of texture almost. This basically just removes all the impurities and any makeup residue. Now I want to hit up the cleansers. This one is the Intensive Moisture Cleanser. I have not used this on anybody yet, but this is basically for people who have very, very dry skin. There's also the Special Cleansing Gel, which is a multi-purpose kind of cleanser. That's why we have a giant bottle of it, because we use it the most. It's used for normal to combination skin. Oh, and this one also is a foaming cleanser as well, which I really like when cleansers actually lather, but whenever stuff foams, I really feel like it's getting in there and getting stuff off. I also am going in the order that you would usually apply these things to somebody's face when you're doing a facial, just so I can keep everything in the right order. And it also kind of lets you know what order you should be going into. Now, next is the exfoliation process. This is the Daily Microfoliant. Now, this is something that I dump in like this little ramekin. You really need almost like a dime size amount. It's really not that much. A lot of people make the mistake of overusing this, and that's why they don't like it and it gets messy. You mix just a tad with water. So that's when I would go in with that fan brush, dip a little bit of my brush into the water, swirl it around, and it should create almost like a frothy kind of looking texture. It literally looks like the froth that is sitting on top of coffee, like whenever you do milk frothers. So at that point in time, when it gets to that frothy texture, I'll pick it up with the fan brush and apply it. For most people, I would probably say exfoliate at least once a week. Probably nothing more than that, unless you're like very oily or you have clogged pores or something. In that case, maybe twice a week, but just don't use like any very like harsh exfoliators. The granules inside of this are very, very tiny. This is the exfoliant accelerator. It says it's an active resurfacer containing lactic acid, peptides, and enzymes to boost exfoliation. So I guess if you like really want to get in there and try to exfoliate things out, like maybe say you have like really deep blackheads or stubborn breakouts or something like that, and something that like really won't clear itself, I'm guessing that you can probably use this, but I've honestly not used this before, so I really don't know exactly how to use it yet. Then I have another one here. That's the multi-active scaling gel. And this one says it's a versatile multi-purpose gel that can be used alone or to facilitate extractions, or mixed with a cleanser or exfoliant for an intensified effect. So at least that one you can mix in with an exfoliator. I think this one is supposed to be an exfoliant itself, and then the multi-active scaling gel I think is to be like a booster almost. Don't quote me, I'm still trying to figure it out. The next one that really scares me is the multivitamin power exfoliant. So this is what they look like. They're just little like orange capsules. Again, I have not touched these, but apparently these are not for the faint of heart. They're for people that have very resilient skin. It says it's an oil-based exfoliant to optimize skin smoothness with minimal skin irritation. It contains potent doses of salicylic acid, vitamins A, C, and E for immediate results on the skin. So vitamin A is actually another form of retinol, and then vitamin C obviously is a brightener. It actually sounds like a really good deal. Like, you guys are probably gonna be like, okay, where can I get my hands on these? But yeah, I have not incorporated this in anybody's skincare routine yet because they just like look kind of scary. The capsules mean that it's a very, very concentrated dosage of it, so you can overuse it very quickly. So that's why I'm wanting to make sure I know how to use it first before I start incorporating it in skincare routines. At this point, you'd go in with extractions next. Now, after you're done with the extractions though, you would want to go in with the post-extraction solution. The post-extraction solution is a clear liquid solution that helps soothe irritated, aggravated skin while helping to clear active and prevent future breakouts. And then really quickly, we also have the calming botanical mixer, and this one apparently is very, very good to use on people who have super sensitive skin and maybe they're really irritated. So it says a light, water-soluble formula infused with hydro essentials that help calm and soothe irritated, environmentally sensitized skin. And I'm guessing you can kind of just mix it in with anything. I don't know if it has to be in with a moisturizer or a serum, but according to everybody else in my school, that works really well. Usually you go in with the facial massage next. So that's when the jojoba oil for me would take place. But this is the Dermalogica massage cream that I was talking about that was very expensive to use. It's also a very heavy texture for a massage cream, like to use on your face. Apparently this is just for the face. You can't really use it for the body anyways. It just doesn't work, and it's very expensive to put all over the body too. I have used this before. I just don't like it. I like the jojoba oil better. After the massage happens, normally you go right into your mask, and there's a couple different masks inside of here. So this is the conductive mask base, and this is probably the most common one I think that people use. It's an active hydrating mask, fuses the natural power of phyto ingredients from European brown algae and dual hyaluronic acid to hydrate and smooth while helping to defend against daily stressors. But this is an overall just like general mask base. Like, you can use it like on all skin types. Very calming, very cooling, very nourishing. After you do extractions, you really want to make sure to calm down the skin, especially if you use like a more harsh exfoliator or something like that. Having something cooling is very nice. The other mask I have inside of here, this is the multivitamin power recovery mask. This is from the anti-aging or age smart line. All the purple labels are. It contains vitamins A, C, and E as well, so this has retinol inside of it. Next step is a toner. This is the multi-active toner. This is the only toner that we got inside of our kit, but there also is the antioxidant toner, which I really like as well. I just don't know a lot of the differences between the two of them. The multi-active one is a general toner for all skin types. So it just says a light toner spray that hydrates and refreshes the skin, helps condition the skin and prepare for proper moisture absorption. Then unfortunately, we only did get one moisturizer inside of our kit, which I really wish we would have gotten like more moisturizers because I do like the other moisturizers that they have, but this is the Active Moist. It says it's lightweight, designed for combination skin, but I would use it on combination to oily skin, I would say. You could use this on dry skin, but I don't feel like you would feel it really doing anything depending on the level of dryness that you have. If you're very, very dehydrated, this will not penetrate it at all. It'll just suck it right in and absorb it. One of my sister-in-laws has very dehydrated skin, and I usually have to go in with a heavier moisturizer rather than just this one on her. Otherwise, it'll just absorb and act like there's nothing on there. And the whole point of a facial is to really have them have like a smooth, hydrated face afterwards. So if they walk out of there looking like they're dry as the Sahara, obviously you didn't do your job right. Then we just have one thing left in the kit, and that is a sunscreen. And this one is SPF 30. Being an esthetician student, this is the number one thing that has been ingrained into us, is that it's really essential to use SPF every single day, which I'm not gonna lie, I am the worst at. SPF is most essential thing, especially if somebody does have hyperpigmentation, meaning that they have like dark spots in their skin. Any hyperpigmentation is caused from the sun. So by using an SPF, it'll prevent them from getting any worse. Now, if you really wanted this to brighten up, I would use like a vitamin C serum or something. I will let you know that the ones that are made with zinc oxide are actually a lot more lightweight, and I feel like like better for your skin because they don't really clog pores. And these also do have a different texture as opposed to like the normal sunscreens too. The other note for sunscreens is that your skin can only absorb SPF 50 at its max, so anything else over that is a gimmick. Like, don't fall for it. Don't pay more for added protection when it's not actually penetrating your skin anymore. Now let's go on to the makeup kit. We have a lot of things to cover in this. I just want to make a note really quickly. Since I have been a professional makeup artist for a pretty decent amount of time now, I have a very fully stocked makeup kit with mostly high-end products and very high quality products. So I'm used to a certain standard of makeup, doing what I do for a pretty long time. It's just not up to par with my standards. That's gonna sound like very conceited, but I promise you it's not, because the rest of the students inside of the school are not professional makeup artists, nor have they worked in the field or anything. And they told me it was already bad quality to begin with, so I knew that I really wasn't gonna be happy with it. I'm not trying to bash the school or anything, but the tuition went up by a pretty significant amount of money from the last 3 years. So I kind of feel like my tuition was kind of wasted on this makeup, because it's not something I would use on myself, and it's definitely not something that I would use on my clients, just because it's very, very bad quality. Just by the quality of this bag, what do you think of this makeup? So we're using Crown makeup, and it comes from Crown, Indiana, and the director of the school is like beyond proud of the fact that it comes from within Indiana. So I think that's the reason that he bought it. And again, I don't even know if it's actually a professional brand. I'm not really sure, but it looks like it's a private label cosmetic brand. I want to go through the palettes first. The thing that also bothers me about this bag is that there is no way to store these without things breaking. I'll show you the eyebrow palette first. This is what the box looks like. So this is what the brow palette looks like. Sorry, I have a reflection that's coming off my window. Those are brow colors, by the way, guys. Look at how odd that is. And like, that's so yellow for a blonde color. Next up is the 15 color cream foundation palette, and the box looks like this. And this palette is substituting for a concealer palette for me, because we don't have concealers inside of our kits. They are very heavy and very thick, and they do not blend. Then we have the pressed powder foundation palette, which the box looks like this. Super plasticky. Like, this definitely is a private label. Like, there's no way it's not. This is what it looks like. Now, this palette by far smells the worst. I think it's the plastic that they used. Like, do you see this? It's like a very cheap plastic on the inside of it. And the colors are not that deep. This is the deepest shade for a powder foundation. Like, how is that going to match anybody of a deeper complexion? And then we have the 2 eyeshadow palettes, which they didn't have any shimmery colors in here. Both of them are matte. So we have the matte neutral eyeshadow palette, which is not really neutral in my opinion. Like, there's some neutral colors, but a lot of them are pretty bright. In my opinion, this kind of looks still pretty bright. This is definitely not a neutral color. And then there's like a blue and turquoise color in here too. And then we also have the matte color eyeshadow palette. Again, no shimmers whatsoever. I have the Viseart palettes that are like $80 a piece. So like, I'm just kind of used to like a higher quality of makeup, and so that's why it like just really gets me. Last palette is the lip palette, and you guys are gonna die. They look like straight up wax, and they feel like wax on your lips too. It looks like Claire's makeup. There is like no brown colors in here, nothing to neutralize anything out. The majority of these are like pinks and bright colors. And I'm sorry, but there's not very many people that are going to want gold as a lipstick color. Then we have all the loose things inside of here now. We got 5 shades of foundation, and all of the undertones are super weird, and they also don't go light enough and they don't go dark enough. So this is what the foundation packaging looks like. And then this is what the bottles look like. Now look at how thick this is. Look at that. Like, I can tip it all the way over and it doesn't come out. You would think that this would lay on really heavy, but no, this blends out to oblivion. And we have 6 foundations. This is the lightest one, which is very pink. These 3 right here have slightly different undertones, but they're all the same depth level, except for maybe this one's a little bit darker. Like, what is that? These are the 2 darkest shades. Still not gonna be able to do anything with it. We got a foundation primer. This one is definitely very silicone based. It feels like the Smashbox Professional one, but like even cheaper. And I don't really like these type of primers. I like more of a gripping kind of primer or something that's water based. We got mascara, which I don't really have an issue with as long as it doesn't transfer all over the place. And this is a liquid felt tip liner pen, which I don't understand why they even gave this to us, because we can't use it on other people. Felt tip liners are not hygienic to be used on other people. Then we got a setting spray. These are eyeliner pencils. They come in black, dark brown, a chocolate brown, and a white. But I don't know if I'm gonna be using these on people, because I don't like using these actual like pencils on people because I feel like they're too harsh by the eyes in general. And then we did get lip liners. We have these colors. So there's like 2 reds, a brown, and a pink. Okay, that's pretty much all for the makeup. Now we're gonna go on to the tools. Now I am really glad that they're teaching us to work with palettes and spatulas, just because some beauty schools that I've seen really don't teach the correct sanitation procedures for makeup artists. They gave us a pencil sharpener and then little mascara spoolies, which is nice. We'll definitely utilize those. And then they gave us little doe foot applicators. Also very interesting makeup remover wipes. The smallest pack I think I've ever seen. Like, it literally is the size of my hand. Then the only other things we have left are a bunch of brushes, and these are like 15 brushes I think that we got. I'll be cleaning them before I put them into my makeup kit, but the brushes were the only thing I was excited about utilizing in my kit, basically. So we have a really small liner brush, and there is this little concealer brush, tapered brush there, angled liner / brow brush, whatever you want to use it for. It's a shadow brush, like a flat shadow brush. And you have a little fluffy crease brush, a fluffier crease brush, then another flat shader brush. And these ones are all the face brushes. They're inside of this netting. This one's like a little tapered brush. I feel like I'd probably use this for highlighting. Then we have this guy here, which is just a little kabuki style foundation brush. Then a flat foundation brush. This one's an angled powder brush. Probably good for like contour or blush or something. And we got a contouring brush, I'm pretty sure, which I think is so funny that they gave us like a thing for contouring when they didn't even actually give us contours in our kits. A fluffy powder brush that's a little bit more tapered. And then this one is another tapered powder brush as well. That is pretty much what we got inside of the Dermalogica kit and also the makeup kit as well. Obviously the makeup kit was probably still exciting for you guys to see just because like it is a whole bunch of makeup items here. And one of the students inside of the esthetician school, especially that is in my classroom, was really excited about getting all this makeup because she doesn't really have makeup in that capacity. But for those that do have a little bit more experience and expect a certain level of quality for makeup, then it's kind of a disappointment. But I am really excited about having the Dermalogica stuff though. Honestly, that stuff is very high quality and very nice. Anyways, that is it for the video today. I hope you guys really did enjoy. If you did, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, as well as also subscribing down to my channel if you guys have not already. Leave any comments or questions down below if you guys have anything you'd like to add to the video. And as always, I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. All right, bye.